just because maybe what it's at or something.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Maybe if that's what it is. See and watch. I know it's gonna wait right till we start. I'm trying to see if it's gonna.
Let's go.
And then probably once we start, then shit's
Nigga, I'm not
great.
moving.
Yeah.
I'm staying right in this spot.
Don't worry about it. We're just gonna go right back to it.
I'm like,
I don't even know because
that's my mind right now. It's me.
I don't know. Cause I mean, they might be in for like the first hour, maybe hour and a half, depending on how long we go. All right, well, I guess let's go ahead and get to it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What's up, everybody, man, and welcome to the Four Kings of Wrestling podcast. I am your boy, man, the phenomenal. Still being a day because I think so. That's what I kind of looked at as. So today,
Y'all know. Y'all know what it is. I mean,
because of the joke he made toward his wife, Jada Pinkett, calling her G.I. Jane 2.
yeah.
First of all, I mean, to me, the joke wasn't even really that serious.
It wasn't warranted of a slap.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, first of all, I'm gonna say this. I personally, when I was watching it, I just kind of felt, oh, man, this is staged.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that said that. I looked at it first and was like, dude, that's not happening. Get the fuck out of here. He got a new movie coming out or something. Yeah, like,
That's what I thought.
Chris, automatically I started, well, Chris is on tour, right? And Chris has just started the tour, so I was like, okay, maybe this is for publicity, right? And then the more I watched it, the more things happened. I was like, damn, he really slapped the shit. But he didn't slap the shit. What it was to me, it was like, and I've said this before, there's some people. You remember back in the day when, like, and this is before our times, but you probably seen movies on it where nigga walk up, like, challenge you to a duel. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Walk up, yeah. That's what I took from.
Yeah.
That was like a slap.
Like a chop or something.
Hey, that shit look like it came from Wild Wild West. But
Well, I mean, that's but
it definitely has to be, man. That sucks. Cause yeah, it's going on underneath, you know, or behind the scenes of everything that's happening. But if that's the case, then something has to change, and he's got to come to that term himself. So, I mean, hey.
because the issue I have with it is the whole slapping another black man. So it's like we see this like, and it's like it's a better way that could have been resolved. Even if when they went to commercial break, he went and confronted him. Like I told you, I'm Will Smith. I'm sure he could have got past the security and be like, hey,
Handle that shit back.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And hey, like now Chris Rock go back out there.
That woman,
Against his wife, all of that.
it could be a lot of things. Kids and how they've had their cause for
He reacted, but everything before all that, even see if we think, oh, that's where it all started from. They could have started from whatever the hell, whatever was going on with them. But
Yeah.
for Will Smith, what I would do, how I feel about it is, for one, number one, bullshit. I thought it was staged. But then after that, I thought it was funny. But then I started thinking the realness of it. I'm like, you know what? I'ma still support Will Smith. I don't agree with him doing that. Slapping Chris. I don't feel like any joke that any comedian or whatever Chris said, he could say anything. I don't feel it was deserving of a slap. It didn't matter what it was. If it was extreme, a joke, or if it was petty, how because the joke was all on us. It happened at the Oscars.
Yep.
Chris and Jada and Will, they already had like a situation before, because I think from Chris from going to the Oscars, okay, they give him a pass. It was a big. The thing about this is supposed to be the squeaky clean. Dude that takes all this shit. You've been getting hit, all type of like that. But now,
I ain't never been one of the ones that thought Chris Rock was like. I know it's a bunch. He ain't never really been that. Even back then, like he was never really like that. To me, he ain't Eddie. He's not Martin. Like those dudes are there, like funny.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But like Chris Rock, but after that, yeah, man, like, cause he ate that.
I just gotta respect him for his poise, man.
yeah, as a man,
Right?
That's it.
And that just wasn't it. That just wasn't it, man. And I don't take the Oscar with.
not these.
Don't blacklist.
We don't judge who gets in the movie. We only judge.
So, you getting questions in?
Yeah,
already?
okay.
I know one thing because I got a question here from Puerto Rico, and he said, you know, I bet if that had been Joe Rogan on that stage, it made that joke. Will wouldn't have smacked him. So here's my question: if it was anybody else, you think he still go up there and do that?
Nah, certain people. If it was Cat Williams, no. If it was Kevin Hart, probably
Nah, he's
You
not.
know what I'm saying? Certain dude, Martin Lawrence, no.
So
he wasn't
the
gonna
funny
do
thing
that.
is, I don't think people like Kevin Hart and shit, I don't think he even get that close when it comes down to it. I think his security is automatic. See threat, right? I don't know how the Oscars is built when it comes to protecting people, but I know for sure that like Kevin Hart's shit, people are like right there when he's on stage, no matter what happens. He's not gonna stop Martin, nigga. Like, but Martin and him are boys. I couldn't see that going that bad.
Yeah.
I can see Martin
like
making
The
even worse
Rock and that
jokes.
stuff out, like, and you like, yeah, he ain't.
Yeah,
Damn,
because you know your friend. You know who's gonna do what and who's
That's
gonna
what
react
I'm
to
saying.
what.
Well, you always
And I
slap-
think he already knew, like I could do this with you. You know what I'm saying? And I can get away with it.
True.
Any other friend that he has, I don't think he can get away with that.
So y'all weren't really friends to begin with then.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say.
Absolutely.
That's like the thing is, I don't think they were as tight as some of the shit made it seem. Like I
I think
think
they
they were
was
cool.
probably tight.
Yeah, I think they were cool, but I don't think it was like like you at my house every fucking week, type shit.
Yeah.
So Will's is gonna be in that manner before. So it's like, but I mean I've heard instances where like even the Fresh Prince show where he got out of hand with certain people.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But but you starting to see that come out because where I heard too that it's a lot of people in Hollywood that says he's not a good person. Like he's just not a good human being. And I was like,
Will Smith, that yeah. To others, like it's footage of watching his wife. She didn't. Oh dang, Will went up here to slap somebody.
do you? She should have, because most of us males we talking to or whatever, and they'll jump up and go, hey, no.
Most definitely.
Like stop him, like, oh no. I know that made me mad, but no,
she definitely should have, especially after hearing what she says afterwards, right? And the fucking thing is, she didn't got this nigga's back.
Right.
Like she didn't have his back.
I knew that.
And that's something to me that really pisses me off. Because if it's me and my wife, nigga, and at the end of the day, nigga, I know my wife. She's probably gonna be like, I'm gonna get chastised in the house.
Uh-huh.
But there is no fucking way that my wife's gonna come out and say, I wish he wouldn't have done that. My
But
wife's
I
gonna be
knew
like,
that's what she was gonna go with that.
and I get that, but the same thing is like, dude, like that. What kind of person are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of person are you not to even try to defend your husband? You know?
I know what happened when they got home. Why you embarrass us like that? So
Yeah.
so that is what brings me to like, I'm just gonna say a lot of women don't, and then, she go home and then she's not even defending him or anything like that. Like, that's confusing. So you kind of don't know. You like, well, what did I just do?
See,
So we deal with that a lot.
That's hard because I've been in a few situations, but
And just so y'all know, this is the last live on YouTube, man. We going over to Twitch for the next one. I'm just letting y'all know. So enjoy. Like, for real, y'all can go, I guess just like us, we gotta set up accounts. Over there, what are people saying on the over?
well, that was one of the main ones I got right there. So I just wanted to get done with, but nothing else at this point.
Yeah. And then it's, I guess with what you said about she's not defending another comment from Puerto Rico, she's just fronting to make herself look good. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, like I think I was telling you, man, as a kid or as a younger, when she was on a different world and then what's up, Low Down Dirty Shame and all that kind of stuff. Man, I love Jada Pink. I thought she was at one point the finest woman on the planet.
Yeah.
But now, and it's not because, this is just what I've saw over the years. Before the red, all that. It just, something just changed with her. And it's like, you starting to look like that one, the cool. And then I ain't never really liked it. Was that something say? Nah, I ain't never really
never
liked
really cared for it like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, we talking about Jason Lyric days, all that.
That's another one.
I never really that she was just somebody I didn't gravitate.
You said you didn't? Yeah, me. That's what I'm saying. I did.
It was Low Down Dirty Shame.
That was the movie for me. Peaches.
The attitude, the way she was. But then I was like, or what was the other one?
Woo?
Woo.
Yeah, who am I talking about?
Oh yeah.
I was like, that girl bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you see her now, I'm just kind of like,
She ain't. Don't look like
oh,
she's
God.
Asian.
He said sometimes I didn't know this was gonna be like this, and I think that's the situation that's happened now. She just a lot of time together.
That's been some years.
Yeah, but even though in some years they weren't spending more time together, and I think it's really
Hey, all the way to now with all of everything that do know about what their relationship pertained. I'm gonna ask y'all.
Number one, I
and,
different views, y'all know.
don't fucking put me on the spot, because you put me on the spot, you're not gonna like what happens.
Yep.
Will keeps his composure. That's cool, but I can guarantee I'll smack the dog shit out of her, nigga. And then it's just like I just tend to be like, what the fuck? Especially if I'm not knowing what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like your reaction at that moment is what you don't react in that moment, I guarantee you're gonna explode later. That's I'm sorry.
But that was the one. It's a lot of things as men, you just boom, and then it's like probably about 10 things you did that I said nothing about.
Yeah.
Another 5 that I was like, yeah, okay, and then about another 2 or 3 things I just completely let slide.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's a two-way street. Sometimes as men, we gotta check it, you know what I'm saying? But, I guess how to check it, I know, because I know that's one thing I struggle with is how to check it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna be like, hey, look, that shit right there you did, I don't like that shit, don't do that shit no more.
Yeah.
And that's probably not the way to necessarily come off and just say it, you know, but then yet and still, I don't like the whole build up and just taking shit and then it builds up because it comes out 20 times worse.
Yeah.
And now you saying probably a whole bunch of shit you probably don't mean.
And I'm saying this because we're all men, pills, right? And everything just saying, you're just talking shit.
Exactly.
Right? We say, even we don't want to say anything. Like, we got to do something. We talk to each other, whatever case may be, or find somebody to talk to.
Yep.
And that's why she did it. She was comfortable with him. He's always seemed like he's that type that he all of us done that before. But
Hold it in.
And that, when that came to that when it was on that red whatever table, whatever, she's comfy because she didn't look like she wasn't kind of shaky with saying it. She came out and she said this shit.
Yeah, I felt like she was.
So she wasn't. She knew he wasn't gonna probably have too much reaction.
She was uncomfortable with it at the table. The reason why is because she did it just like a lot of us dudes did it when we cheated. She sat there and was like, yeah, I had an entanglement. Nah, you was cheating. Call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's
she tried to candy
That's another issue though.
That's where I'm at with this.
That's another
I'm saying
issue.
like this, we talking about as dudes holding stuff in. Females, whenever we come to you and tell you straight up, hey, I don't like that. Oh man, you feel what I'm saying?
But she was still trying to. She still wasn't trying to be all the way honest with that shit. Like, I feel she was comfortable with saying it, but she was still trying to.
I still think it was a manipulation tactic with how she put it because we all know, like I said, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've cheated and I've been cheated on. And I'm telling you, I don't care how many times I tried to explain to a girl why I did it. I can sit and tell you probably exactly what each of these motherfuckers said because it was so goddamn crafty where you like, oh yeah, well, and you know really you should probably be fiery about it, but you like, well yeah, you know, I kind of understand why you did that, but you know a female probably if the tables were turned, there's no way that word gets as big. This Will sat there and said he had an entanglement.
Man,
it would no nigga, you cheated.
Right there under where he was sitting, right there.
You know, she from the hood, nigga. She know she gonna go into that shit. Bro.
Right. After complete fool, and you know what? It's gonna be a whole bunch of sisters. That's what you're supposed to do, girl.
How can you do that to her and that, this, that, and the third, and all that?
And that right there be the issue. But it you know, going back to the build up thing, like yeah, as men we got to get better with that, man, because when you do that, man, that shit'll like straight up, that shit can put you somewhere where you don't want to be, bro, and it'll bring a whole bunch of shit in your life that you don't fucking need.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because my last situation was about a build-up when I should have checked that shit right then and there, bro. And I done told all of y'all that. But me sitting there like, and then just letting it build up, then that shit come out, and then shit you say, you like, you can't take it back at that point.
I still have that problem to this day. Like right now, I know, like we're talking about it, and I know I need to change that, but that's how I am. I'll sit there and I'll have it build, because I'm trying to give them a chance or not go off because I'm always going off or whatever. Don't want to come off as complaining or bitching or whatever, in whatever the case may be. That shit builds up, and every time it hits that peak, I explode. And I know it's going to get there, and it's like, what do? I'm for real. I don't know the answer. I don't
But
know
the pressure building up in the system, and then you gotta release it. And sometimes it's not the best way of releasing it. You know
But let me ask y'all something. Do y'all let the shit build because of them, or do you let it build because you know if you get to that point, you know how you going, you know more how you can be.
I think it's more of a ego is like, nah, I'm a man. I'm not gonna let her see that it. You know, like, man, she can put gas back in that car. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there like,
That's true.
nasty,
Yeah.
whatever. So, if you're not communicating with yourself correctly, you can trigger yourself to be upset with your own self about how you move in life. So, if you can get your own self upset, you can definitely be upset with your significant other, your lady. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all dudes on here, you know, your dude, whatever. You know what I'm saying? However you deal with it, you know what I'm saying? But it's the communication process of it, man, and it deals with how you perceive what's going on and how you deal with it at that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is if you don't deal with it, then it's gonna build up. You gonna take it out on the wrong. And that's what happened. You just took that out.
Take it out on the wrong person. That, like I said, that and all the other stuff, man, you end up, that or it go overboard with what come out your mouth.
Mhm.
And I know that's the problem I had.
Or you tearing up a whole house.
Shoot.
You don't want to
You knock the shit
said
over.
that shit too common. Hey, I'm telling the rest of that shit tear up a whole house.
Oh, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I've been mad. I will wreck this.
They lady like they, cause see, women think, to me, I think they think like their dude never thinks of them like that way.
No.
And it's like every man at some point they just sitting there like, this bitch come say something today. That don't mean you gonna necessarily do it, but you like,
I'm gonna be the first one to say it on both of these cameras right here. Look, hey, look. The same way you get mad and you want to choke me or something like that.
yeah, that's all I'm
Guess
saying.
what? Hey, it's a two-way street. You feel what I'm saying? That's the mature level of doing stuff. Like, I ain't saying, you know, like, hey, whenever you get mad. No, you should be more mature about the decisions that you making on doing.
Yeah.
Like, that slap wasn't really.
And for Jada, my nigga Blitz said it in here. You know what I'm saying? Because that looked like.
Because I thought you, and that's what I've been saying.
Why be
No,
mad at
no,
him
no.
and she the common denominator?
Yeah, that's my thing.
My thing is that slap was meant for Jada. If August was there, a punch would have been thrown, right?
Yeah, you wanna make sure the
a
sign
man,
is that
he's not gonna slap August, nigga. He's gonna try to fuck knock out. He gonna try to knock that nigga out.
Yeah.
Right. But I would slap the shit out of Jada, right? Like that's. I want to slap Jada. I can't slap Jada. You made a joke, so I'm just gonna slap you.
But if that punch was meant for August, that should have been a year ago.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. He just didn't deal with it at
But
that
once
time.
again, if it's building up in you, nigga, you know you can't. I can't find August. I don't know where August is. So I'm going to lash out at whoever else is in front of me when something is when they're saying something that I don't like. And once again, we've all been through it.
Yep.
Nigga, we've all been through it. We've lashed out at somebody who had nothing to do with the shit that we was going through, and we decided, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's just it happens. Right? And at that point in time, Chris was just at the wrong place, the wrong time, saying the wrong
Wrong
thing.
thing, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that sucks. That sucks for Chris, man. It's a fucked up situation, man, but it happens. It does happen.
I mean, but then too, it showed, you know, people are normal, man. That's what, you know, one thing for me, it's like, even if they celebrities, don't give a fuck how much money they got. We got another guest in this motherfucker too to keep flying around. But anyway,
I think I respect him a little bit more after that. I mean, for no bullshit, it kind of shows me that he's just like me, or he's just like anybody else in this fucking room, or anybody out on the streets, man. Like, we don't get to see that from celebrities a lot. Besides, you know, the rappers and shit, who, you know, fucking just go out and do stupid shit. And then you're looking at this dude who's like, you know, an upstanding top citizen type of a guy.
yeah.
Black man.
And a black man
Black
at
man.
that, right? Who, but it's hard with the black man part because I feel like black men are supposed to act that way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so,
that's what they do. That's
but
what they
when
think
you
we
see
are.
somebody of his caliber acting that way, it's like, huh, it's interesting. Damn, he's going through the same shit that I do.
Because you never really
You know what I
seen them angry. Don't cuss, you know, I don't even want to, because people be always doing
Nah,
cussing that. You know what I'm saying? And then even all the stuff he said after, and how he said it. And to me, that's what really got it. Because, you know, it was like, you know, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Like, you like, Nah, bro, that shit coming from.
Bro,
That's coming from some other shit.
I watched that video 50 fucking times.
Hell, we did like fucking. You know what I'm saying?
And the one thing I can say is I know I
The tone of it.
just go back and watch Chris when he says it, and Chris was like, I'm going to."
Yeah,
right? And then he
yeah.
said, "I was gonna." And he said, "I was gonna," and I'm shit you not. His comedian was about to come out and say, "I was gonna say some other shit," but you got lucky, right? I shit you not. If you watch it closely, man, I swear I heard it, and I was like, "This nigga's finna go ahead." And he said, "You know what? I'll leave it alone right now." Fact of the matter is, man, dude, like, as a man, we got bro.
Yeah, man.
Like we can't let shit like that bother us
And-
for
and-
months on a time, dude.
And all of that. You not a punk, bruh.
Yeah.
You not a punk. You not a whatever. You're not a punk. You ain't a bitch. You ain't none of that, bro. You actually really helping yourself so much, man. Like you said, because a lot of the times when you do lash out, man, I say about 95% of the time, man, it really be on the wrong person.
Yeah.
And you done lashed out at this person for walking in the door making too much noise.
Mhm.
And you,
Nigga, you and your girl?
yeah, you gotta come in here like
So
that.
you saying that, man, like, it brings to my thought, you know, with them being a married couple, man, she sees he's hurt. You know what I'm
Fan
saying?
base, what's up, my man?
And I know she said straight up, like, oh yeah, you know, in the comment, yeah, we're going through a healing process. See, you should have recognized that in your husband that you sleep next to every way before we got on the stage and he had to act
He is not healing right.
He's not.
What are you gonna do to help him heal?
Because naturally, if your wife comes, slam something down, don't say what the issue is and just shows that she's frustrated. You know something.
I'm gonna look at her and say, "I need this fucking psycho." no,
Some people joke like that.
You know what
Because
I'm
I would
saying?
say, like, even me and Debbie, she do something like that. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
That-
Or that's how she gonna come at me like,
what's wrong with you?
You know what I'm
but it's
saying?
a playful thing. You know?
So,
Me and
like,
my wife asks each other this question all the time. You alright? You good?
and you got to check on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of us know, if you have that one and you connected to them, you could feel what's going on with
Yeah.
them. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm gonna say the argument of how everybody said, man, they don't need to be together.
Yeah. If
I'm
it's
agree
causing
with
you
that.
this big of a problem, dude, you gotta go. Somebody's gotta go.
We're talking about a year ago.
Yeah.
Whenever all this happened. You know what I'm saying?
Because it doesn't get any better from this. That's my opinion. It don't get any better than this.
Jay, she don't care about that nigga. That's the problem.
So do y'all think she chasing a dead man?
Oh yeah, Look. We ain't even no even reason to talk. Like, come on, yeah. Like, Tupac was the guy that she wanted, and I'm gonna put my little two before he died.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So she wanted Tupac. I don't think Tupac wanted Jada.
That nigga was sold his Royal Oaks. You know what I'm saying?
Or he had it already. I mean, well, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never. I think this is a case of somebody loving somebody more than they love them.
That's
Or
what you see every day.
somebody
Yeah,
selling for somebody that shows them interest.
Yes.
Cause hey, I know you can talk. We all talk. That how many times have you had somebody that you didn't really want to talk to, but they're
girl
showing
had
the attention
similarities
at
with
that time,
somebody
and you
of what
like,
you really wanted, yo.
all right, I'll settle for this.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I feel about Will and Jada.
You gotta think that financial security too, because it's not. They ain't getting no residuals off of Low Down Dirty Shame.
No.
Like
But that's what I've been saying. We know who bringing in the big movie money.
Right.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if it was her that was, this would be different. That's really all I'm saying. If it was her bringing in that big movie
I mean,
money,
she
they'd have been talking about how he done ruined her career. And
Oh
everything.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
She tried to
Straight
be a
up.
star on multiple levels. She tried to be a rocker at one point, and that was like.
You know what? No, I just saw a video of that. Like I didn't even know that. Yeah, she had a concert and Will was there.
Vibing.
You there?
We don't even like rock. We like,
Yeah,
look
that's
fine
what I'm
tomorrow.
saying, man. You can see all of it oozing out of him, man. The support, man, defending. You know what I'm saying? Trying to throw these parties, getting slapped in the face about throwing a party for it. All that, man.
Yeah, that
All-
bothers me, man. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of this stuff that we hearing, and it's not like we just hearing it. It's like actual footage. It's stuff that she says. I ain't never one time see her say, man, he's the love of my life.
Yeah, you think about that.
I ain't never one.
He's my person, right? Like, so I hear that shit.
All I hear is, oh yeah, we're partners in
I ain't
life.
heard
That's the
none of
best I ever heard her say. Yeah, we're partners.
Yeah.
We're life partners. Well, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, get rid of. I mean, I don't want to call him, but get rid of that ass. I mean, like,
She cried at her wedding. That's something.
Yeah, that shit that she said. She cried at her wedding because she didn't want to marry him or some shit. Or
But this is what I'm saying. All of this type of stuff is coming out, and it's two things that I take from this.
Think about it. How this
Her just kind of just mooching off of the situation, and then him and his confidence. It hurts, bro.
You know what's crazy? You say that, and Will is an A+ movie star, makes millions, and he has a confidence part like about females. Like,
I think
My man said it in his books.
That's
He
crazy.
said it in his book. So it's like, dude, you got a confidence problem with a lot of stuff. That's what he said. He used his comedy and his wits to make the situation better around him.
so he was really playing when he was playing Hitch. He was the dude in college. He's really living that right now.
Really,
Like,
you know
in real
what I'm
life.
saying?
So but he's dated like, and then too, because they were bringing up his dating history. He done dated some of
Some
the
of the
flyest
best.
chicks
Some
in
of the best.
Hollywood.
Yes.
That's where you sit back, well, and I guess now since all this, you kind of look at it and be like, he was dating her, because I didn't even know he was right before he got with Jen. I guess at the same time, he was dating a girl from Jamie Foxx show.
Oh, yeah,
Gabrielle,
Yeah, I can't say, yeah, she got one, yeah, but he was dating her. And then that's why she, I guess, he got caught up. I guess she called and somebody thought she, that's how they ended. But I'm like, damn, I didn't. You know, and then this is other people on the show. We all pretty much, I think almost all them girls who've done probably been featured on that show, he done dated at one point in time or something like that. Or at least most of them. Not Hillary and all them, because I think he tried with Hillary, but I think she shut that down. I think if I read that right, I think she shut that down. But like all the ones that were guest star and all that, like most of them, man.
So at that point, you can tell he's looking for something.
Yeah.
Like he's searching for something. He's trying to date all these people, man. He's probably searching for that love that he's just not getting yet. And then all of a sudden, it's like he thinks he found it in Jada, and that's boom. That it just goes from there. And then that's not it. And now he's gonna have to, and he probably doesn't want to lose what he has, right? He's probably like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'll deal with this because I know this. This is something that's known to me. I've been doing this for a while. It's 20 plus years or whatever. Dude, I love her.
And
I can't go nowhere else. I don't think I can go anywhere else. And
it's like when
but nobody's telling them any different. You know what I'm saying? We're trying, but
yeah,
he
I'm
has to
like,
listen.
dude, like you Will Smith.
It's got to be him to listen to that inner him saying, "Hey, man, this is not working. I got to trust you. I can work." The guy next to him is like, "Hey, man, you should really leave. I mean, you're dealing with a lot. You need to go, bro."
So you probably think it's probably not people around him. Because I mean, one of his best friends is what the one.
Hey, but that nigga, he.
Well, I know the stuff I heard about him. That's just,
Both of them, but
yeah, that too. Yeah, I didn't kind of want to. Yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah.
I heard they had little things going on.
Yeah, that Hollywood like.
But mental health wise, man, you need something, bro. And you know she's not healthy for you. You got to let it go.
Yeah, that's a
Let it
very
go.
toxic situation.
Yeah, man.
It's bad. That's
Hey.
bad.
Well, I knew that was gonna kind of. All right, okay. Get to it. So like, Puerto Rico, I want to slap Roman Reigns.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God. Yeah, we about to get to it. So we can close it out with that. With that, y'all good?
Yes,
Everybody
we
good?
good.
WrestleMania 38. All right. 38. 38. God damn.
Yes,
38.
I just turned 37, so yeah, that's right.
Hey, that shit old. I ain't gonna lie, I've been still having memories of 30. It seemed like they were just at when Seth cashed in what was that, 31? 32, yeah, 31. And two, that shows how weak some of these WrestleManias have been, but we'll talk about that here in a second.
I mean, I watched every WrestleMania, but
Yeah, I think we pretty much have too.
live-wise, I probably missed one. As a baby, I was probably sitting there watching fucking WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because my dad was a wrestling fan, so I'm pretty sure I was there watching this shit, not even knowing what the fuck's going on. And the older I got, I'm still watching WrestleMania.
Yeah,
It's
it's crazy.
This is fucking
But see,
amazing.
people wonder, there's so many reasons why we watch it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this stuff becomes a part of you, man. And you can't leave it alone. I mean, I think at some point in time, we all done put it down for a second, and it's like what you come back to. You know what I mean? Like, all the time. But, you know, yeah, WrestleMania 38. I'm not gonna lie, I think they made up for the last time they were here in Dallas. Because that WrestleMania was trash. I don't like that.
Yeah, that was
one
terrible.
was, you know,
That was
yeah, but they made up for it with this one. First question I wanted to ask y'all guys before we even get into it. The two-night thing, what y'all feel about that?
Awesome.
Huh?
Awesome.
Right? Yeah.
okay, so I personally think they need to go back to one night.
Yes.
But and I know I love what they do, but just make one night with the card that they had, man. You know how spectacular that would have been on just a Sunday. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like you're separating that Stone Cold thing with the Roman Reigns thing over here. But think about if that Stone Cold thing was happening in the middle or at the end of the show. Put Roman Reigns in the middle or whatever. Vice versa, doesn't matter. But all in one day and how spectacular that moment is. Right? Now I've separated the moment and it's kind of like And I know some people, they're like, and I've seen it now, where some people are kind of like, man, this is just, I gotta come back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's too much.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Fan base
that's a
said
lot.
it, well, this 2 nights was fun this year. Yeah,
Yeah.
this year was good, but still, by the time Roman and Brock came on, I was like, all right, man, I really didn't have no more like energy. Like, to be totally honest,
So
and we can go down the line because to me, night 1 was better. That's just me.
Personally, yes.
Night 1 was way better
Yeah.
to me.
And I know some people get this.
I think everything
I think
on
the
night
kid-
1 was straight, except for, like I told you, that damn ending in that Charlotte and Ronda match. That everything else, and I know we'll get and break all that down,
You know
but that was the only thing that was off for me.
I
And night 1.
didn't like that either. But
I'm sure they had some other shit, but
but for the most part, those matches were actually pretty fucking good.
well, night 1 or both nights?
Night one.
Yeah. And then and I had to do this too. I had to, okay, am I saying that because, you know, we was over there with y'all, we was,
Atmosphere.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'm like, nah, they really put on a good show from, you know, most of the show was good. Most of night 1 was good.
Are you saying that because, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, are you saying that because we were so excited to see on night 1 what it was all gonna really hold and how the matches are gonna go, and then day 2, you already had something to compare it to?
I give you that, you're probably right, because I felt like, honestly, I put everything into night 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then how they ended it. Because, to be totally honest, my top, even how I'm on Spotlight, is that Austin and KO.
Yeah.
So, to me, that was just the bombest match to me, you know what I'm saying? And for many reasons. So I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I think night 1 was better. But night 2, I mean, I watched it. It's like it took forever. Then what? Roman and Brock can go into what, almost 11?
Yeah.
I mean, you like you said. By then, to me. That's why I don't like the 2-night thing, because by the time you get to the second night in the main event, you're probably drained, and most of us are probably at home and like, okay, I just want to watch this shit so I can just see how the fuck it's going to end.
And it just takes up time. Like, we could have been at the Taste on Saturday. Probably would have preferred to be at the Taste on Saturday, and then that Sunday after the Taste, I'm done with the Taste. It's a Sunday. I just want to chill. Took off Monday, and we're good for that whole day just to watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? But then again, well, those matches would have been more spectacular than watching Monday Night Raw, right? Because it's probably gonna last some hours. But I'd rather watch that card than all if they stacked that whole card with what they did, except the New Day match.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
But
that was, cause that was,
If
yeah.
they stack the cards with what I've seen, I'm like, okay, I can watch that in one day and still be entertained.
Yeah.
Right? Like Raw's a little different where it's like 3 hours each time. Oh my god.
Mm.
Yeah, you're not showing me anything different.
Turn it off.
WrestleMania, I feel like WrestleMania needs to be just that everything into a shit. Started in the morning when they're doing all the the little week match. Have it a whole day. Started not actually the matches, but started 10 in the morning, whatever, and then had to go all the way, through the whole night. That's how I feel like it's WrestleMania.
This thing was good, bro. Oh, we talking wrestling right now.
Oh yeah, bro. So why do you like the 2 nights though? 'Cause I know that's the.
I liked it because, man, it gave me something else to look for the following night. I feel like they really stuck with each one of the storylines really strong. I didn't feel like I was being rushed through none of it. I felt like it was moving at a decent pace through both nights. I just felt like the main thing was not being rushed through every match. And you're actually watching all these storylines play out in a very decent way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Besides the, women's championship for, Charlotte and Ronda. You know what I'm saying? That was, at the end, we kind of just was
Yeah, that.
but
That ending just
right.
Is that where we start? We gonna start.
Top.
Who was opening match? Cause I already know one match that we probably not gonna talk about.
It
is
was
the New Day.
supposed to open. I know it was supposed to open with the New Day.
Okay.
It never happened. So then right after that, I think it jumped into
Wasn't it the Usos and?
oh yeah, the Usos and not regular match.
Wasn't it Shinsuke and his tag team partner that got hurt? I can't remember.
That's what it was.
I mean, well, we wasn't at your house yet, so we probably was
Yeah.
on our way. So, I mean, I already knew.
The match card and shit.
Yeah, I already knew the Usos was going. I mean, that really set the tone we gonna get. I know, because I think me and you talked about that. Because really, after that match, you already knew what was happening in the main event.
Yeah.
I mean, you already knew.
It's like,
So
yeah.
it's like, okay, I know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Brooklyn East, what's up, my man? We live on YouTube and Twitch right now. I'm coming in here on TikTok for a little bit. Yeah, we are too. That's what we're talking about. WWE, WrestleMania 38. We're waiting for Silk 14 over here to pull up the match card so we can go down. That way we can.
Damn, that's corner. It should be easy, but I can't find it.
I'll look for it.
So, y'all jumping up in this thing fast. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? Thank y'all already hitting the likes coming in here.
Was it the Usos?
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
the
Usos
first
match.
open match.
So like that, the next, is it Happy Corbin,
Happy
and
Corbin.
Drew McIntyre, The Miz.
Okay, so what about the? Oh, the only thing about that match was Drew cutting the rope down.
Yeah,
rope.
man.
Like that was pretty dope though.
That
I
was
ain't gonna lie.
That was interesting. I was like, God damn, he's gonna fuck with the ring this way, man.
Me too.
That's what went through my head at the time. I was like, man, then I gotta go to commercial. They gotta put all this stuff back
Yeah.
together. I gotta wait for the next match. Like that kind of bothered me at first.
Over
But I
us.
was like, nah, but it wasn't the wrestling in that wasn't bad. And,
No,
and when it comes down to it, I'm one of those people that's been wanting to see Corbin fight Drew for a long time.
Yeah, and then I mean the
So-
first person to kick out the end of days.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you.
Yeah.
I mean, for those that know that, like, yeah, Drew McIntyre is the first person to kick out the end of days,
Yeah.
which I hope, I mean, I've always kind of like, I mean, y'all know I love Drew, you know what I mean? But to watch him, kick out of that was pretty good.
Yeah.
and then the ending to that match.
The next is The Miz, Logan Paul, and the Mysterios.
Completely shocked with that match. That boy Logan Paul, completely shocked. The ending part, I think we all kind of knew Miz was going to be some bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, that's a given. But I can tell you right now, you might not be a fan of the Pauls and what they bring to the table sometimes, man. But hey,
You're entertaining.
that dude he is really not that bad in the ring.
Logan, yeah,
I was like, okay,
that shocked me because I thought like the celebrity matches. I was like, okay, that's probably when I go to the bathroom. 'Cause I didn't think really it was gonna be worth the shit. But then like the gear, like him and Miz, they put that shit together, man.
dude, just watching this dude work right there, I was like, this dude, he can do this full time if he wanted to.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna of course. We're probably gonna see him come back. Yeah, I think him and Miz probably gonna have a match. Probably SummerSlam, some shit like that. Another big event.
I think when it comes to him, he's gonna have to get. I mean, if that's his first time in the ring like that, but he's gonna have to get used to not televising what he's doing next. Because you can go back and watch the match. If you really watch the match, you can see that. Oh, I know what he's gonna do right now. You know what I mean? And that's that newness of being in the ring. Like yeah, I can tell you about Joe on the top rope. I know exactly what you're gonna do. Yeah, I know you're about to try to punch this dude right now. I know this is gonna happen. So, but the more he does it, like, hey, that dude's gonna be entertaining.
Yep.
He's gonna be good at that.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's one. I think he's only a few, but I guess I'll put him in Bad Bunny.
Bad
The
Bunny's
other
pretty good,
guy, that shit was just what it was. But I think that was on night 2, so I know we ain't there yet. I don't want to get ahead.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, that match was just
Yes.
yeah, it was nice. And that was just supposed to be comedy, and that's what it was. But it delivered on that end of it.
Let me ask y'all this. Dominic Mysterio?
Yeah.
Is this dude, is he worth it?
I'm gonna let sorry answer that.
He needs to turn heel now. It's well overdue.
Like against his dad?
Yes. Definitely.
They can get out
I
of that.
personally, I'm not a fan.
Who are Dominic?
Yeah. That's just me. But I'm weird about things. So
Hey,
I just don't see the hype that everybody sees, and I just kind of I'm like, all right, yeah, he can do some things in the ring, but then there's times where I'm just kind of look at him.
I agree. I just
He's
feel
not that
he'll
entertaining.
get better with time.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
He'll get better when
Well, he's been doing this for how long?
I would assume he's been doing it his whole life. Oh well,
on the big stage.
yeah.
Like
Well-
what, 3-4 years now?
Yeah, but I think that's a big huge problem we all have with that because now you watch everybody go through NXT. And he didn't go through NXT.
Yeah.
He went
Straight to the main card. Which I love NXT, I really do. But there are some people that I think can jump to the main card without training and kind of entertain me. I just don't see him as one of them.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for his father being there, I just don't see. His dad's entertaining. Like he's always been. I just don't see. I've watched him try to copy his dad's moves and everything, and he just seems so slow. And I just think he needs his own. He just needs his own shit. Like he needs to have his own gimmick and his own thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like until his father leaves, that's the only time we're gonna start looking at him as who he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's sitting next to a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
then keep incorporating the other legends. So basically, like to me, the 2 top Hispanic wrestlers to ever do it, and I don't think nobody. This is my opinion when it comes to them.
And whenever you would have ran with it like that,
But
every once in a while you see him come to Raw, help his dad, or whatever like that. But he should have made his name there first.
But in saying that, if he does that, does he get shitted on the main card, right? Because it's gonna be a time he bumps up. Will he still have that sting that he had over here?
I don't think he's ever gonna have this.
But if he started NXT though,
I think
And he
the
made
same
that- he
results
made
of
that-
what we see right now.
so he's still not the top guy.
I don't think he's ever gonna be the top guy.
Because we had a
I think
comment
he's
saying,
literally going to have to leave that company. May go venture out
Makes sense.
and then come back.
because it's
Because we're always going to look at him as the kid, as the little
Rey
son.
Mysterio's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that I could talk about, like, outside of this right here. You're always going to be looked at of the legend, who you come from.
So, yeah, somebody
True.
made
Because
what's still in Puerto Rico. He said, you know, he has to find his own way
Right.
if he wants to be something
Exactly.
in the industry.
Because look at Randy Orton. If he would have came in and his dad would have stayed there the whole time through his whole acting, Randy Orton would probably be something like his dad. Our old timers would have been like, oh, he did it like his dad. Randy Orton is exactly who he is.
You have to show me something that surpasses who that
And y'all gonna be shocked with something else I'm gonna say here once we get to it. So, 'cause I'm on board. I think y'all know why, but a little bit. I'm on board, but I will
There and Becky Lynch.
love it.
Ooh, that black eye.
And we like, ooh, that
We-
shit look
yeah.
like she got kids.
As long as they wrestling, bro.
Oh,
As long as
this.
they wrestling, we're gonna remember that moment
I
right
looked
there.
over and said, she got a black eye, bro.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Yep. Yep.
There was no way that hey, and the funny thing is, when you get some botches like that, like some little shit that happens
Yeah.
like that, I fucking love little things like that. I don't know why, but it proves to the fans, right? All those or the non-fans who sit here and say, "Oh, wrestling's fake."
Logan Paul put out a statement about that too.
Shit, that black eye, I tell you different, yo. You know what I'm saying? Becky's broken nose with Nia Jax will tell you different.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? so you know, like it's always those little things that brings me back to that reality of like, man, you can say what you want about this profession, but yes, they're entertainers, but this shit is no joke. You get your ass in that ring and take a boot to the face and tell me I'm gonna be fine tomorrow. Hell no.
I think the match started off slow, and then it's like, I don't know if Becky was like, it's let's go, or Bianca was like, let's go, because it just like, and I mean it was slow, maybe like, like not even long, like maybe about the first 2-3 minutes, and then it's like they picked it up and they just.
I think it's one of those, we haven't been in the ring enough together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then you haven't been in the ring too much together, and then but the more it goes, the better it picks up. I had a feeling it was gonna start the way it started. Like it was gonna be like, okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden that excitement was gonna start to come.
Yep.
All the reversals and everything started happening. I was like, God damn, man, these girls can go.
Yep.
Like this is what I like to see in women's wrestling. Like that's what I like to see.
Yep. Only thing I didn't like was Becky Boots. I don't know what that was about. Because she already, when she came out, she had the straight hair, and I'm like, I didn't really notice the boots until they started wrestling. I said, I'm sitting there, what the hell is this? I said, well, it's WrestleMania, man, so, you know, it went all out.
I loved it, man. I loved that match. That was one of my favorite. As a matter of fact, that match could have stolen the show.
Yeah.
Right? But there's other matches on this card.
Yeah.
Like this.
We gotta.
I'm gonna let y'all start that one off because this is my time. I gotta.
Once
gotta
again,
keep that
I'm
cool.
gonna look at it. I didn't think there was for these two to never be in the ring together like this. Like I said, man, this is
Yeah.
now. And I know people. Once again, his dad's a legend. His dad's one of the goats for me. Like I don't care what I say, man. But,
I think probably most of us have been that started. Yeah. I was watching some old clips.
you know, besides from Kobe. But the first thing I remember is a big Dusty Rhodes poster with him and his black with the polka dotted yellow fucking, you know, here. It's weird. But I thought that match was I can't say much that was bad about that match. Except that he beat Seth Rollins.
I think he I think that had to happen.
Yeah.
I just felt like you coming from over there, you know, it's hard with me, right? Because you come back to WWE, which is great, but you come back to WWE and you beat one of the main eventers.
Well, like
That's Seth.
this is where I'm.
Let it
coming
in and
from.
DQ.
Is it
I can
because
feel
Seth
what you're
wants-
saying on that, but it's almost like, man, whenever you saw him over there, and it's funny that we're using it like that. Over there,
Like you missing the other
you
company.
kind of felt like, you still felt like that's WWE.
I did
Regardless
to a
of what
point.
he did, and I'm not trying to take your, I already know where you're going with it, but I'm trying to like kind of
No,
push you
go
into
ahead,
one
'cause,
shit.
you know, I mean,
So
I'm-
even with him doing the disrespectful things that he did when he went over there, whenever he came back, you knew it was like, man, all I kept hearing was like, all right, man, it's a little corny, but you know, the whole Diddy song, "I'm Coming Home" type thing. And
I
it's
understand
like,
that.
you knew he was a part of
Ace
this,
Killer went on.
all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I felt that it was necessary for him to win.
Don't get me wrong. I feel like it was. The opponent was great. Right? Him going against Seth, great. Because I don't think anybody else with somebody coming over from this other company coming back in here and can put on a match the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
I just don't think it should have ended with him beating him. And don't get me wrong. Like I know that Seth can come back from anything. I know Seth can get beat, and it's Seth, right? Seth can come back, fight the next person, and we'll forget all about it.
And that's what makes him who he is
Yeah.
right now. Like,
And it's just
lose, win, it don't matter.
It's that one of those. I don't know why I felt like, man, this is a great match, but man, I feel like you're saying that Seth isn't as good as you. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't take it that deep.
It
I wouldn't
felt.
take it that deep.
It's hard for me with that one
Yeah.
because it's like, dude, like Seth is like the man, dude. Like under Roman Reigns, it's probably Seth Rollins.
But that-
Oh,
that's
you talking to? Because some
but that-
people gonna say Seth is the man.
You're right.
True.
Roman just
True.
got the belt.
But Roman has the belt, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here and say that Roman is the man, and then you have Seth. Now, talent wise, Seth is above Roman, right? But it was that I don't know. I guess the caliber of star that Seth is at WWE for me, like, and then for that means it feels like you're saying that anybody can come into WWE from another company and be a WWE superstar.
I feel that way.
You know what I mean?
But to say all that, I feel Seth is like that intro. No, I feel like that puts him.
Oh, that puts him in.
If he didn't beat him, he would have been 89.
So you don't feel that he has to come in lower ranked superstars, work his way back up to?
No.
Because I feel
No.
they're gonna.
Because I feel with that gimmick that he left, whenever he left WWE with the mask,
Stardust.
man, that Joker was the ish. You feel what I'm saying? But then you make him into Stardust, and you're like, what you doing?
Yeah, they were kind of trying to tarnish him the way he was. man.
That's what I'm saying. So why would you do him like that? And then you saw what he did over there. I'm gonna use that now. Over there. Over there.
AEW.
And this Joker was, man, don't have him go down there and do all this other stuff. That's the thing that it's only a few superstars that I feel that don't need to do that. AJ Styles, whenever he came, I said, you can give him one tester match, but he better beat whoever he play or whoever he fights.
Which was AJ Styles with John Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena.
I'm gonna say over here.
Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins, box.
If you did that, okay. But he used if he used him. Now
Just saying
I don't
that
feel
those are
like
guys
he should
that
be.
You don't feel like Kenny Omega can come over?
I think he's still in
I'm
the
not-
90s.
I'm not gonna say that he's a take over the ring.
Right.
Because I feel
Yeah, ain't really no explanation. He
Right.
come back, you win. No matter who he goes against, if he loses,
Then you distilled, you stole all the momentum. I think that's the problem with Sting. Like, I'm disappointed in it. I know I keep like jumping in, but everything when it
Taking the belt, 'cause Seth was a champion at the time, wasn't he? Wasn't he WWE champion at that time? Oh yeah, fucking 2 belts, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only time maybe Sting probably shouldn't have got put over, but most definitely that WrestleMania, yeah, that most definitely, and I think he was in another program after that, because he won nothing while he was there.
that's the part that hurts.
Yeah.
So
You
you had that much Sting, and we didn't get nothing from it.
That's true.
Let alone
That was
even when he
terrible.
came back, he had no idea. Like everything was shock. All that kind of
You feel what I'm saying? So we knew this guy was.
You could have
Even
brought him
in
in to fight a KO. You could have brought him in to fight a KO.
But I mean, because I mean, it's a lot of people in the chat saying, you know,
I think if Seth comes out Monday Night Raw to shake his hand, he loses. That was a smart thing to do.
now he has to.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah,
way I don't want to hear
there's-
none of this. Like, I think if you go on, because I think you can get an awesome robbery out of them too.
Yeah.
But Seth has to win this next. I don't care how the hell he wins it.
Why's that?
Because you can create this long, almost like I saw what you have Brock and Roman for 10 years. I think you do the same thing. with Seth and Cody.
Yeah.
I feel like even if he loses this, I feel like now you already know he's going for that top belt, and you can now put Seth in that situation of screwing it up for him.
Here's the thing. I can understand the first one. I really can. But now you are really saying that he's a better wrestler than Seth.
Because Seth is who he is.
Oh, I get that, but
Like,
you're saying that
regardless if he's
what
a
do
heel
y'all feel? You know what I mean?
Or
Seth
if he's
loses
playing the
second
baby
match
face
to
out of
Cody.
it. It's the fact so Seth he orchestrates whatever situation that he's
Or
in
changes.
Yeah.
so well, it doesn't, like, we're looking at Seth Rollins that took what 3 L's and still made it to WrestleMania.
Well, somebody said if not Seth, but that's somebody. So here's my thing with the whole chance.
Oh, the funny thing,
What?
I remember this.
What?
I remember you said some months ago, I'm not sold on Cody.
Yeah,
I
because
remember
I
that.
didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but even when they're not live,
Yeah, yeah.
but then I went back and watched it. I said, all right, okay. Out for and this shit that fucking even when when I'm watching it again, I'm like, what the fuck? I said, all right, I'm gonna give him a chance. And then I saw this damn quote that WWE didn't make Cody a star, AEW didn't make Cody a star, Cody made himself a star.
Right.
And I said, he put himself in the main event slot. And I mean, even now, even when I watched the other day against that, I said, damn. Kind of look like you go back and watch him back then, you kind of like, yeah. And I think that's all I can fucking really see at the time was Randy Orton's lackey. But Monday, to give him a chance, dude. Like, I have to, and seeing points and people are making back fucking see it. Like,
all of that has brought him into the back, and he deserves to win over that guy. You feel what I'm saying? He deserves to be in that spot where he's at, bro.
but no more. I don't like. Okay, this one like it's hard titles, but yet and still I'm like, God damn it! I know if you put that.
Superstar in your mind.
I think after
he's
this,
been in now.
I think after this next Seth fight, yeah.
I
Because
think when you
what else is it for him? You know what his objective is.
So you're saying he can go into this next match and all of a sudden just go into a rivalry with Roman Reigns?
I almost think you
gotta
almost
dress
back
it up.
yourself into a corner to where that's what you have to do because that's what everybody's gonna want.
And you're talking about, you're another side of wrestling royalty, and you got the bloodline over there.
True.
Yeah, like.
Is that what's gonna happen? Probably not.
Because
And then they just put that teaser out, so now I